Give them nothing, but take from them everything.
And welcome back to the Metal Hand of God podcast. I am your host, Wayne, and with me, as always, is the forever flatulent
Rum Guy.
That's right. And we have a very awesome dude finally coming back on the show. It's been forever since he's been on.
Jesus. God damn, Ted. Ted, when was the last time, man? It's been for, what?
Like
at
years.
It has.
At least.
It's been forever,
and you
dude.
don't age, dude. You look exactly the same. How is that possible?
It's actually pretty easy. It's you bathe in virgin blood.
Okay. Let me wait. Let me write it down.
If you can't find a virgin, anyone will do.
Okay.
As long as it's just blood.
Yeah, it's pretty much is. Yeah, as long as it's just blood. Homeless blood is also the blood of a homeless person is really good. If they have a mental disorder, it's even better. Because, it's the sympathy level rises up. It's like, oh, man, he did it.
But
homeless
they don't
person.
have good nutrition. Is that like a, can you get scurvy?
No, this isn't like vampire shit. Like, if I drink a drunk person's blood, then I get drunk too. It don't work like that.
Okay.
Well, that's, back in my day when I used to drink blood, it was a completely different thing in bathing it. It was, there was different.
It's true. Like, I can bathe in hepatitis C blood. As long as I don't, scrub it over any open wounds or anything like that.
Okay. Gotcha.
Jeez. Wow. Well, plus you wouldn't want to do that now because COVID.
Wait, what?
No, you don't want to catch the COVID either.
You can't catch it from blood.
What's COVID?
You don't know what COVID is?
No.
Oh, it's this whole thing.
It's a new trend. It's a new trend going on right now.
Is it something cool kids would do? Because
these Twitchers came up with it, and it was one of those things.
This motherfucker said Twitcher, like it's a fucking
as opposed to a tweaker.
Right.
Totally different.
So if anybody is wondering who this gentleman is, his name is Ted Wally, and he is one of the best dudes we know. But dude, welcome back. Seriously, man, it's been way too fucking long, bro. I mean, how's things been with you? Seriously, on a real note, man, how's things been going?
On a real note, I do know what COVID is.
Well, yeah.
That's good.
So yeah, but no, just freaking nuts. Just as always, it's like, how could I get any busier? And I'm at home all day,
right?
Like, how is that even possible? It's like you always make the jokes like, oh, if I could just squeeze in a couple more hours in each day. It's like somehow that's happened. It's like I've gotten more shit to do. I mean, granted, it's aside from the book, it's like all paying stuff, but
right.
You still teach too, right?
Yeah, still teach. So yeah, that was an absolute pleasure having to redo courses that were only taught face-to-face, like drawing classes, and having to do those now completely online.
Wow.
That was fun. No, wait, that was the opposite of fun. I'm sorry. That was the opposite of fun. That's like Tim Lottie's sex life.
Right, exactly. I was thinking the same thing.
See?
We're same wavelength here, man. Same wavelength. Poor Tim. But no, man.
I love Tim's sex life. It is fun to me.
It's
not as funny as Travis emails, but
right.
Two different levels of funny there. So
Oh man.
But no, working on the teaching stuff, working on the book, some stuff that I was working on for a couple of different movie things are on hold.
Well, yeah, because no one's fucking working in the movie industry right now.
Well, they're slowly getting back to work, but what's happened is that, man, don't get me wrong, I love the industry and stuff like that, and know a lot of cool people. You guys know a lot of cool people as well, and it's it's amazing how they ever get anything made.
Yeah,
it just seems
absolutely.
like it's so freaking fluid and can change at a moment's notice with the magic words, I have notes.
Yeah.
Or the magic words of so-and-so is no longer attached to this project. So yeah, that's what happens is that, someone brings me on board and they start lining everything up and everything's great well enough that they say, okay, we're going to start getting sketches done. And then COVID hit, and then now this director isn't attached to the project. So the project's on hold, and so they got to find a new one, and the new one gets in, and he may not like anything that's been done previously. So it's just crazy.
That's some good times, man.
I still get paid
in that business.
So,
well, as long as you get paid,
I'd like
man,
it
that's
to
good.
continue on the project.
Right.
Absolutely.
But
it's
I've done like a bunch of concept sketches. I was like, well, can I show these to people? Or it's no, hold on, because it still might work out. And so if it works out, you're still under the NDA. But if it doesn't work out, we'll let you know, and then you can share them to your heart's content. So
you'd be like, I was working on this thing once when they told me no, and then they said hold on, and then they said okay, and then it went no, and so fuck it, here you go, guys, here they are.
Yeah, so I did these sketches for a fairly big movie,
right?
And I can't say what the name is.
And this is exactly as much as he can tell you. It's a fairly big movie, and that's it.
All I know is I did initial sketches, and I slipped into old habits when I did them, and we wanted to render them a certain way, and I rendered them in a muscle memory way. And the minute I hit send, I was just like, man, I was on the phone. I was just like, look, I totally sent you some fucked up sketches. Let me take another stab at it. And they're like, and they looked at them. They're like, no, these are great, but we need you to do it the way we talked about. And so I was like, I can crank it out in 12 hours. And so I did and sent it back to them. They're like, that's it. That's what we're looking for.
Nice.
So they showed it to the director, and the director's like, yes, this is totally great. I totally get this. So yeah, let's do that. And then COVID hit, and all the messages were, well, got to wait and see how things are going to work out with all this stuff. And the last message I got was, well, actually not the last message I got, but I got a message like, okay, this director has left the project. And I was like, okay, that means what I think it means. They're like, well, it means we got to pitch all the lookbooks to the new director, and that's if the new director wants to work with us, and so we'll just keep you posted. And then they're like, yeah, the new director likes our stuff and wants to work with us, but he's got new ideas that he wants us to kind of play around with, so we'll let you know if you need to sketch anything. And then that director is no longer on the
God damn.
Now when those companies give you come to you and they ask you to do this, those lookbooks, what is a lookbook? Is it just like a sampling?
What it is all right, so you guys know Freddie.
Yeah.
Freddie
yes.
Wong. Okay, so he's the one that schooled me on what a lookbook is. He showed me when I was working with him on Point Blank, he showed me his lookbook. What a lookbook is it's that they take that like what Freddie does. Freddie gets a script, he reads the script, and then he starts getting ideas for the scenes, how the characters should dress. He's a production designer.
Right.
And
okay.
so he gets all that kind of stuff. And so what he does is he starts scouring the internet, he scours the library, and he starts making these copies of everything. And
Back at
he starts making copies of everything, and he starts putting them in order of the script to show you this is what he thinks this character should look like.
Okay.
This is what he thinks this scene should look like. And he shows, and it's a lot of images is what it is. Visual representations of what sets should look like, buildings should look like, what characters should dress like, all that stuff, everything that we visually see, that's what he pitches, and that's what he says this is what the movie should look like. And then the director and he will talk it all out, make changes if they have to make changes, and then he gets the green light, and then he starts working with pre-production shooting and stuff like that. He starts getting sets built. He hands his notes off to, costume designers, special effects people. They start working on stuff. But lookbook is basically a visual representation of how the production designer sees the movie, and he collaborates with the director and producers, and then they start nailing down stuff. And then they
That's
start
really
going into
cool.
production based off of that book.
That's amazing, and that gives you I think it would be when they just come to you with the idea and you can visualize it. You're really creating that first glimpse that the director could actually see.
The world that he's trying to put out. Yeah, the world.
Yeah,
that's fucking cool.
If he pictures, Larry, so we'll use Point Blank again. When they had the fight in the car wash scene, Freddie was picturing this whole 1980s. Black rain. It's a fight. There's water spraying all over the place. There's neon lights. He wanted this fight scene, like a rain fight scene with all this neon lights stuff. And so that's what he was posting up. He was putting in his lookbook all these shots of the fight scenes from, I want to say it was Michael Douglas.
Michael Douglas, yeah.
Yeah, in Black Rain and stuff like that. And so he's had all these 80 noir fight scenes and neon shots in rain with neon backgrounds and stuff, and that's what he was explaining that he saw for that shot in the movie. But he was like, the script also said that the fight took place in a car wash, so that's all this writer said was just like, it's this badass fight scene in a car wash while the car wash is moving. And so Freddie came up with the look of the old outer space retro car wash that's in disrepair and stuff like that. He photographed these car washes that he's like, this is what I see that the car wash physically looks like. And then their set decorators would go in and then change the car wash to look like, what he envisions, what the script tells him.
Absolutely cool.
That is awesome.
It's
you
amazing.
live in an amazing world.
Yeah, and all I get is I usually get a script, and they usually in the past they trusted me with the whole scripts and stuff like that, and that's typically when I sign the NDA. Even though I haven't drawn a lick yet, that's when I sign it. And they usually tell me, this is the scene we want you to do the sketches for, and just read the scene and tell us what you see. And then I'll tell them, this is what I see, and they'll be like, oh, fantastic. That's kind of what we see too. And then Freddie or whoever will start sharing their lookbooks with me, and so I get a little more ideas. Like, oh, okay, I kind of see. Then we have a talk, and either on phone or Zoom or whatever, and start hammering out what the ideas are going to be and kind of refining it. And then I'll do some concept sketches, send it to them, and they'll be like, oh, that's great. Move this over here. Or they'll tell me, this is what the color palette of that scene is. Can you do like a quick color palette sketch on top of your sketch? Oh yeah. And so I just kind of do some quick colors on it, and then they'll say, oh yeah, that's kind of great, and just kind of collaborates from there back and forth, and then we figure it all out, and then they'll say, okay, let's start moving to final sketches. So the last one that I was working on was a pretty big author, pretty big movie, and I was able to, again, they said, hey, this is what we're doing for it, and he's like, yeah, this is the vision that I have for this. And I was like, I actually can totally see that. Sent me some samples from his lookbook, and I was like, okay, yeah, I can sketch it in that kind of style too. And then I brought stuff. I was like, wait, from the book, it actually said this. I haven't read the script yet. Are they how much are they following it to the book? And when I brought up notes, he's just like, oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's totally right. And change my notes to match what you just said, and alter the sketch a little bit more, and then present it. And I was like, I totally fucked that sketch up. Let me try it again.
Well, without telling us anything about what you're working on, is in that particular project, is this an older book that they're planning on making a movie out of, or?
This was a book. It's an older book, and it was made into a movie and then they're remaking the movie.
Oh, okay.
Like the book.
Wow.
The original movie version wasn't a lot like the book. They took a lot of liberties with it, and so they are redoing it more like the book.
Oh, that's cool.
Now, I'm not going to say my guess on what it is, but if I would
because
say,
they got a laser pointed at me from space
right now.
I know.
Yeah,
I can see it on your shoulder right now.
Armed by Jewish men.
That's right.
They're like, we know this motherfucker isn't Jewish, so we got no problem.
We're gonna shoot you.
Now.
Would this be a book that major comic book people would be familiar with?
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's all I need to know. I know which one it is.
It would also be a book. It's also a book that non-comic comic book people would be familiar with because it was a very successful movie when it first came out, and a very successful book. Yeah. And when I say book, I mean novel. It was a novel.
Right. Okay. Cool. I have a pretty good idea what it is. I'm smiling right now because I kind of heard a buzz about something, but I wasn't sure. I'm probably wrong, but I'm gonna go with I'm right. So.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of books,
that feeling I have in my stomach right now, it's because I'm right.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it is. I'm doing my happy dance because I know.
Again, I didn't know anything about they kind of outlined what they wanted me to sketch.
Right.
And then and they were like, yeah, so here, read the script. And when I read the script, I was like, holy fuck, you're kidding me. I get to do work on this.
That's cool.
That's cool.
So they appreciated my enthusiasm. They're like, really? So you really? I was like, dude, this is so.
Look, man, it's friggin' cool that you say that. You know, we had Paul T. Taylor on. He's the guy who took over for Doug Bradley for Pinhead, and in his story, he was telling us, he was like, yeah, you know, my agent or whatever, you know, said, hey, look, I want you to read for this, and he's like, okay. So he went over there and he sat down, and I forget what it was called. Like the guy was called the salesman or something in the blanket script. You know, nobody was supposed to know who they were reading for. Right, and he sits down and he says he gets ready to read it, and he looks down at it and he goes, "Huh, I have such sights to see you. Huh, I'm reading for fucking Pinhead, dude. This is crazy."
Exactly.
He's like, wait a minute. This is. He said he was like, "Holy shit," you know. So obviously he nailed it. So he got the part.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's what when I read it, so the titles on the fucking script, and so I was just like, "Holy shit, are you guys fucking kidding me? This is what." And so I had to crank out my sketches really quick, and so I had to jump to the scene that they sent me.
Right.
And when everything was working out, we're like, okay, yeah, this looks like you look like our guy for this. And I was like, okay, can I go ahead and read the rest of the script now? And they're like, oh, fuck yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
You didn't read it to begin with? I was like, well, no, I wanted to crank this out to you guys because I didn't want y'all to wait for it. So I didn't want to take the time to read out the script. So yeah, I went out, laid out in the hammock, and read the script.
Nah, dude, that's
cool. When you can be part of a project that you are passionate about already, it makes it twice as sweet, I think.
It really does. I mean, when I did the Point Blank thing, I was familiar with the French film that they were basing it off.
I was going to say that was an original. That was what, 67 was the first movie, I want to say?
No. Wait, actually, yes, you are right.
Was 67? Okay.
It was originally in like 67, and then they remade it on Netflix, ironically.
Oh, really? Okay.
Coincidentally enough. But it was a French film, and it was made in like 2014 or something like that.
Oh, no shit! I didn't know that.
No shit, yeah. And that's the one that they did. The Joe Lynch kind of was looking at more than the original one. Gotcha. And so yeah, it's like when I was reading, I was like, wait a minute, I know this movie. And the whole thing that they came up, because I worked with Freddie on that one, he was just like, look, here's the scene I need you to do illustrations for. It's about 30 illustrations you got to do. And just read the scene and tell me what you think. But it's about 30 windows that we got to put artwork on. and he was like, it's in this car wash. This is what the car wash looks like. It's like back in its day, it was a really popular car wash, and it was all this retro space stuff on it. And now it's kind of like run down. The kid inherited it, and he's just let it kind of go. What do you think should be on these windows?
That's cool.
And I was like, all right. So I took a read through it, and he called me about 2 days later. He's just like, all right, what do you see? And I was just like, each window is a major plot point in the film. Just it's got this retro art style to it. And so if someone wants to sit there and pause and watch every one of it, every scene in that fight scene movie, you'll see the whole movie's told out, start to finish.
That's awesome, dude.
On that window.
That's very cool.
Yeah, it's just like space characters. And
right.
When I told Freddie was just like, "This is why I like fucking working with you, man." He's like, I talked to Joe about this, and Joe was like, "You're no way, man. That's just no one's gonna pick up on that." And he's like, "I know a guy." And I read it, and he's just like, "This is why I like working with you, because you know what it's playing out to be."
That's good.
And, you made an Easter egg for a movie. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very
why
cool.
I was really excited. It was like, not only did I get it and I was into it, but we were doubly into it because it was this Easter egg that we created.
Now I got to go back and watch this film and fucking just so I can look at the fucking Easter egg.
Yeah, and so yeah, it's a lot when you're really into it. Like I wasn't into the NCIS thing because they just bought some of my artwork and blew it up poster size and put it in there, and then they wound up cutting the scene.
Are you serious? Oh well, hey, look, as long as you get paid.
I still got paid.
Yeah, so, that's fine. I mean, hey, they bought it, they got it, they used it what they wanted to use it for, and they didn't use it, so that's fine.
Yeah.
You'll see it again in another episode.
Well, yeah, because the character, because I don't watch the show, but they sent me the script.
Yeah.
And the character that's in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
He turns out to be he's like a huge nerd, like a huge Comic-Con nerd and stuff like that.
Yes.
And so there was this episode where he's kidnapped or something.
Oh, okay.
But they go into his house for the first time, or his apartment or whatever, and they're supposed to see all this nerd posters on his wall and original comic pages and stuff like that. And that's when they realize he's like this big comic book nerd. And they shot it all, and then I don't think they used any of it. But yeah, it may show up in another episode when they want to
go into his apartment again. Yeah, that's
cool.
That was the I can't remember the guy's name, the original actor, but he's actually in a wheelchair in real life.
He was in a motorcycle accident.
Right.
And he was the actor from Galaxy Quest.
Yes.
The kid. Pedal to the Metal.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I fucking love that movie, by the way.
You know what? I never put that together. That was him in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something.
Man,
I'll be darned.
I tell you what, dude, Galaxy Quest is incredible. I don't care. Did you ever watch the documentary on it, Ted?
Yeah.
Isn't it so good?
It was. It's like I thought I couldn't like that movie any better. Well, actually, I still stand by if someone just opened up their wallets, that thing could have been a huge success if someone opened up their wallets and got the Star Trek cast to do it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It would have been fucking hysterical. That would have made. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the movie as it is, but man, could you imagine if it was William Shatner and Leonard Nimoy and everybody?
Dude, if it was those guys making fun of themselves like that, oh shit, dude.
How fucking hysterical would it have been if it were them making fun of themselves?
But
making fun of their beefs that they actually had with one another.
Right. But those guys are so pompous. Well, they were anyway.
It's just, I still think they could have. Actually, my brother, when I talked to him about it, he's like, "Yeah, I didn't think Paramount's like Jim is Star Trek." So at the time, they really anal about how you get to use it. They still are today.
Yeah.
Wanting to sue people that make homages on YouTube.
Oh man, they tried to. We got a what was it? A cease and desist, or not a cease and desist, but a. You can't post this on our
cease and desist. It's completely different.
Well, no. We didn't get the actual letter. I got an email saying that I can't use this artwork that we had done because Vernon Smith did a Next Generation's logo for us, and it says MHOG podcast, and it looks like that, and it had instead of the it had the spaceship, you know, the Enterprise. It had the
font was too close.
It had the Enterprise, but the Enterprise, the bottom of it was our logo, and it had you know, like that. But they we put it on our TeePublic site, and they wouldn't let us use it. They're like, nope, you guys can't sell that because there's enough tributes to Star Trek on here. And I was like,
how do they measure enough?
Right. I was like, whatever.
That's true. I don't know.
How do they measure
what is enough? I know. Said every person who ever had a drink.
So
how do you measure enough?
So we changed it.
Exactly. It's like, you know, if you want to get a colonoscopy and they're like, nope, you gotta wait till you're 50. It's like your cancer cells sitting in your ass.
40.
Looking at watches, like, no, we gotta wait 2 more years.
49. Nope. No. You don't get no fingers up your ass till you.
I don't make the rules. This is just how colonoscopies work.
Right,
you know,
right.
How do they measure enough?
Cancer cells do not come alive until you're 50.
Exactly.
Ask my
MHOG cares.
Yeah, ask my dad that. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, and just like you know, COVID only comes out after 10 o'clock. Or 11 o'clock at night. You know, we got to close the bars at 11 because COVID comes out, you know. Okay, whatever, guys.
Is that how they were working it down there? Kind of stupid.
Yeah. You got to close the bars. Like the shows and stuff have to stop at 11. You can't have them past 11 because of COVID. And I'm going. First thing I thought was, why? Does the COVID monster come out? I don't understand.
You know why?
Because
they listen to the band Houdini.
They stop at 11 because that's when like fucking. Everyone is drunk and doesn't give a shit at that point.
Yeah, pretty much.
So,
pretty much.
It's
so,
because
you know,
of
you're
the
at
band
you're at
Houdini.
a bar or something like that, and that's when people's like ripping off their masks like you're burning bras all of a sudden.
Fuck this, man. Fuck it. I'm going to throw my shit in the garbage. I don't care. COVID ain't nothing. I'm drinking my way to health.
COVID ain't nothing. Meanwhile, you know, the poor elderly guy's just like, I'm a risk.
Yeah,
Go
exactly.
to my happy place. Go to my happy place.
Oh, jeez. Well, I'll be glad when this is all gone. I can tell you that, and things hopefully get back to some sort of semblance.
Wow,
of order.
man, we got 4 new variants out there. It ain't going nowhere.
I hope it lasts for another year. I fucking love staying at home.
Well, look, let me tell you. You know, it's cool that you can work from home. I can't work from home. I have to go into all this bullshit.
People can drop some animals off at your house, and you can.
Yeah, you can snip balls at home.
Well, that's true. Right. I could, but I'm not. You know.
I mean, what do you think? How do you think you're going to keep your son in line as he gets older?
That's true.
That's right.
No, you see, look,
fucking chance you
look,
get.
man. I'm telling you this like I told many other people. I'm glad I had a son because I only got to worry about one dick. You know, if I had a daughter, you got to worry about all of them.
Oh yeah.
So you know, I'm just worried about the one.
It's someone asked me. One of my colleagues was like, you know, like, oh man, I can't wait till we get back on campus. I was like, I am fucking fine.
Yeah, you know, look, well,
I am so fine with teaching at home.
When I had COVID, all right, when I had it, I had to stay off of. I had to be home for 2 weeks, and then, actually, I was out of work for over a month because. This was the beginning. This was like the beginning. So no one knew the fucking stipulations on how far apart. So my boss was like, look, let's just say you stay off for the rest of this month and then we'll go from there. I said, fine by me. I got so much shit done when I was at home.
I wish. It's like now I'm getting shit done because I got all the courses rewritten and stuff like that. Right. So
well, you had to,
but
you had to actually work though. I
yeah.
I can't, do anything. So I'm sitting at home going, all right. So I'm walking around with a fucking mask, making sure my kid and my wife aren't near me because they had to be off. So it was like, fuck.
Yeah, you were at your happiest at that time.
Yeah, I was super happy. I was super happy.
I have my, it's like it's even better this semester because. Last semester and a year ago, there was a lot more video classes.
Yeah.
Now this semester it's like almost all online, so I just can work remotely with it, and I don't even have to turn a camera on. So it's like, I've graded about 5 projects. Time to go put on a load of laundry. I've graded enough. I've graded another 3 more projects. It's time for a muffin.
Well, speaking of projects,
speaking of muffins,
you've been doing for a long time is your is your book? How's the things going with that?
Yeah, where's Matilla been, man?
That thing, man. That's it. He got hit by COVID too because because I had to do. It literally took me about 6 months to prep the classes that are going on for right now.
Jesus.
Wow.
And now they're like that they're at a stable point that all I gotta do is tweak them here and there. I'm gonna be tweaking them, a couple of them tomorrow actually. So yeah, it's like, and the reason it took so long was because I'm a smart monkey. Like,
gotcha.
I know how to aim before I throw poo. So
that's a nice analogy.
That's the way I see it. It's just like everybody's like going fucking nuts, putting their classes together and stuff like that. That's fine. I was going nuts too. But I put so much work into it because my plan was I am not doing this one time and then that's just it. I intend to use these when we get into face-to-face classes too. So I'm building the material so that I can use it because it's not if, it's when we get back to face-to-face. So it took a lot of more work to do, but these classes are now set up that they're even better face-to-face than they were face-to-face. So yeah, it took a little time to do. So I haven't been able. I'm just now back to a point where I can start working on the book again, and I'm at. I think I've penciled the first 14 pages of the first chapter. So I'm I'm a little bit past the halfway point of the first chapter, and out of those 14 pages, I've done 10. No. Yeah, I've done 9 that are all like they're finished, flatted, shaded, lettered, and everything.
Awesome.
And actually, even out of those 14, they're all lettered. And I just finished one of the pages last night of the final shading and stuff like that. And so yeah, I'm at a point now where I can actually say, oh, well, I got a little time tonight. I'm gonna do it tonight. I'm gonna work on some of the books. So we're back on
track again, huh?
Right.
Does working
Not
on
like
that...
it doesn't take a long enough time for him to get out.
Right.
I had to take a fucking year off from it. Jesus.
Does working on that give you like a kind of a creative break on the other things too? I mean, does it? It's like sometimes a passion project can be a great distraction from regular working projects. I mean, is that something that you consider that too? I mean, is it it's a passion project you've been doing for quite a while, and but to be able to go from that, like you're doing these sketches for the movies and the other stuff like that, but to be able to go back to something you're doing yourself, it's got to be a breath of fresh air after a while.
Yeah, because I don't have a boss when I'm doing my own stuff.
Right.
Sure.
So it's like, don't get me wrong, I've worked with great guys and girls on movie projects and stuff like that.
You're welcome.
So so it's fun because it's like being in the circus. I mean, to them, I know it's their day-to-day job, but like somebody coming in from the outside, it's like, wow, this is so cool. This is like being in the circus. So but coming back to my stuff, like if I'm writing a script or I'm writing, or drawing a page or inking or coloring or whatever, yeah, it's just like it's a different kind of sense of relief that I don't have a boss. If I want this vision to go this way, then that's the way it's going to go. If I want to change it after I've done something, then I get to go change it. And I don't have to piss and moan about it or anything.
Right.
Somebody,
Sure.
I work for somebody else, and they're like, "We need you to change this." I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll change it." And then that phone hangs up. And I'm like, "Motherfucker, it was fine the way it was." And then I change it, and then I, say, "Oh well, actually, yeah, they were right. It's actually better this way."
So, whenever we decide what we're gonna fucking do, we need to get something done by you. We've gotten shit done by a lot of people, man, but we really need to get some art done by you, man. Something.
As long as I get to do it before He-Mail does, then
Of course.
Because then forget it. I can just just put down my pencils at that point. If Travis beats me to something. I say all this because I love Travis.
We know, we know that.
And I hope he loves, and I hope he listens, and he's just sitting there saying, "Motherfucker,
this asshole Ted,
fucking asshole."
Nah, man. We definitely.
Yeah, I mean, last time we talked about something was we wanted to do. We were thinking about doing an homage to X-Men '94.
Something like it. Yeah.
Yeah, where it's like, the old guard and the new guard.
Yeah, mixed together.
Wow.
Yeah. I think Rum's like, wow, I didn't hear about this.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't even remember this.
I remembered something about like it was going to be based off of Porky's.
Well, that too. We can do that.
I remember Porky's. Yeah.
I want He-Mel to be Bueller Ballbreaker, and I want. and it has to be the shower scene where he's tugging on something.
Of course.
Yes.
That's the only scene that you could draw this for.
Me and Rum are trying to get out from underneath the shower thing while Lottie is getting his dick pulled on by He-Mel.
See, and I see it as like, because it was the movie, so they cut back and forth to each scene. But I'm thinking it's like, we're the viewers, so it's like we are the wall. So we're looking right down the wall.
Exactly.
So one side we see.
That's exactly what I was picturing.
I want to draw where her feet braced up on the wall.
Yes!
Like she's not even on the ground.
Yes.
She's pulling so hard. She's pulling with her feet braced off on the wall.
And Adam has to be one of the women in the shower scene. Like he's covering himself up like, oh, like that,
Putting the shower cap on him.
Yeah, that'd be beautiful. That'd be great. Fucking retarded.
Creepy.
It is. Hey, look.
Nothing creepy at all about that.
Hey, look. It's no worse than him being asked to draw the Beast naked,
looking at himself in a mirror.
There you go. I forgot about that part.
That was the whole gist, because it's like, if I can draw nudes before, Jesus, that's not bothering me. But it's just like that, how specific and how she had totally thought this thing out.
She had it in her head.
I'm sitting there saying, okay, I'll fucking draw anything. I don't care.
Now this is Ron Perlman's Beast.
Masturbated to this scenario.
Yes. Oh yes.
I could totally tell.
Well, the last time I got drawn in anything, I think the last time I got drawn in anything, I was
the Titanic sunk.
No, it was the 300 thing, and I was a retarded guy in a wheelchair. I was drooling on myself.
Yeah. That was hysterical, by the way, and I don't even know why that happened, because we didn't have any control over that. That was all Adam.
Everybody's bursting out when they've got like 12 packs, not 6 packs. They got 12 packs, and there I am, I'm eating pudding in a wheelchair, floating in the background with fucking Flavor Flav's clock around my neck. Like, what the fuck is this?
No, I think we could do something like an homage to the first appearance of the Fantastic Four.
Oh yeah,
that would be cool. Yeah, that'd be
fucking fun.
That would be a fun one. Yeah. For sure.
I don't know who we get to play the monster or something like that. But,
we'll figure it out. But yeah, that'd be a cool one.
Tim's dick or something.
Yeah, by bursting out of the ground.
Exactly, bursting out of the ground. And his dick has got arms.
Classic movie monsters too. I always thought that would be a cool one.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Monster mashish. I always thought that was cool.
That'd be fucking awesome.
And the one person that I would definitely get to do something like that would be you, Ted.
Oh yes,
because awesome. I know that's kind of like your stick too, with like you love that kind of stuff and would put a put a real good spin on it.
Yeah,
I love the classics.
Yeah, it's like everybody's like fuck, I'm just like stretching yawn. I'm gonna watch a horror movie. Everyone's like, damn, is that all you watch?
I'll be on a minute.
It's like that sounds. My favorite is when they're like, oh, I can't watch that stuff. It's so scary. It's like fucking real life scary, man.
Yeah, for real,
dude.
That
scares me. I know it's fake blood. I know it's a fake monster, and it's done really, really well. What scares me? My wife dies. I don't know who I make the mortgage payment out to.
Right?
I know what you mean, man. I know what you mean.
It's just like that fucking scares me.
Yeah.
That's what's my wife coming in one day and saying, "I have had enough of your shit." That scares me. That's real life.
Life is more scary than movies, buddy.
Exactly. It's like fucking werewolf barreling through people on a train. That is not scary.
No. It's very entertaining, though.
It's entertaining, exactly. It's just like, this shit doesn't scare me whatsoever. it's that jump scares or whatever, but you know how it's all made, and it's highly entertaining, and it's a great story, and it's like, and that's what it is, but no, real life is a lot fucking scarier than. Like I tell my wife, I was like, it's like, because she asked, inevitably the same question. She's like, and I'm like, I said, sweetie, if you pass before me, are you insured? Am I going to be able to pay off the mortgage? And who's the mortgage made out to? I don't know any of these things. That's scary.
Yeah. I always tell.
All I can contribute to my wife is one day if I pass before she can't open up any pickles.
Right.
That's the only thing I know.
Yeah. I'll be like, look, when I die, my wife's like, what am I supposed to do when you die? What am I do with all this shit that you have? I said, you know what? Melt it down and make a coffin, because you won't be able to afford it any other way.
Yeah.
My
son's asked, he's like, I know you got a lot of these old comics and all these really cool original toys. What am I going to do with it? I was like, I'm going to be dead, son.
Whatever the fuck you want, dude.
Exactly. I told him, I was like, I schooled him. I was like, you can probably sell some of it, get something for it if you want to go through that trouble.
Yeah.
But for the most part, all the Star Wars stuff, take down to DC and More Fun Comics.
Yeah, make you some money.
So he would gladly take them. If you want to give it to him, take it. It's because he'd have fun restoring all of that kind of stuff, and that's original shit. So I'm just like, yeah, whatever you want. I'm dead. What do I care?
Yeah, and she asked me, when she asked me what am I supposed to do with all that, I said, well, honestly, that's not for you. It's for the kid. I said, when I'm gone, that's his inheritance. If he wants to sell it, because I got some stuff on the walls that are like $500-$600 a piece, and it's like, if you want to sell them, make your money. That's fine. I'm cool with it. I'm gone. But if you want to keep it and go, hey, look, that was my dad's stuff.
Exactly.
That's cool too. I'm cool with it, and that's why anytime I get since he's been born, anytime I go and buy like art from you or from somebody, I always have him sign it to Wayne, since my kid's name is the same thing. So when he gets it, it's all to him already. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like
fucking awesome.
Autographed pictures. It says the same thing. It's all to Wayne. So it's pretty cool. So he'll have a big plethora of shit to go, Dad, why the fuck did you leave me all this crap?
Yeah, but then when he starts going through it, he's gonna do like all of us do, and
he's
gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna hold on to this one.
Yeah, exactly.
So you've got all this really cool stuff, and I just inherit a lot of guns.
Well, that's cool too, though.
I got guns and cars. That's all I get.
Rats.
Oh darn shucks! I'll trade you.
Because when the zombie apocalypse comes, Rum's prepared. Wayne's throwing Funko Pops.
Yeah, I'm throwing fucking plastic at people.
Yeah, I was talking to my dad since I'm down here, and I said, he looked at me and said, "Son, what do you want to do with all these guns?" I said, "Well, how many do we talking about?" And I hadn't started.
That's an important question.
Yeah, and I'm restoring their condo. So he had all of his guns from Pennsylvania moved down here. He built a room that's basically like a safe. Oh. So like for a bank safe.
Yeah.
And I opened it up, and I opened the door, and then he's putting in the combination, and then we walk in, and I'm looking over. It's like, Jesus Christ, Dad! I said, we've got family guns. He's got new guns. He's got crossbows. I mean, all he's missing is like a Gazorch and a slingshot. That's it. He's got everything in here, and I'm looking. I'm like, half the stuff I think's illegal. I don't know where. He said, well, I used to get it just from people. I was like, yeah, I know where you got it, Dad, but I mean, come on. Now, like one box of ammunition cost me like a month's salary on some of this shit. But yeah, it's who the hell knows what I'm gonna do with it. But like I said,
a chain gun, Dad.
Save it, dude.
Do we need a chain gun?
Signed by Gatling? Come on.
It's got an old hand crank to it and everything, really?
Jesus Christ.
He can hold the belt feed steady, right? He's the right height, right?
Yeah, I'll get Wayne's kid to do it. He's like, this.
Exactly.
Yeah, for real.
Perfect height, just rested on his head and it just feeds through.
Yeah, well, I can get him one. He can dress like a Rambo one year for Halloween. That'd be awesome.
Oh, it'd be beautiful, dude. He'd love that.
Just cover him in baby oil with the red bandana and You know, with the black pants and the machine gun, and he could walk around.
Oh.
That'd be awesome.
Oh, man.
Yeah, because you got to be shiny if you're going to be that. So.
No, you put
For
the
real.
fake muscle blow up suit on him, and then you oil back.
Yeah. You're like, yeah.
I used to have that Incredible Hulk one. Remember the old Incredible Hulk when they had them for kids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The big.
That, yeah, man, I had that. You had to blow it up yourself. You look like you're trying to inflate your vest to get out of an airplane.
Yeah, you look
before it
terrible.
crashes.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
It was silly as fuck, but yeah.
No, but yeah, see, you oil up the fake muscles, because if you just go out with a kid oiled up, that looks a little creepy.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd be like,
Especially
how
if you
did
get the phone call in the middle of it? Like, what are you doing? I'm oiling up my son.
Yeah, hold on.
Exactly. I can see that. Wayne, what are you doing? I'm oiling up Wayne.
And you hear, woo, whoop, what? What's that? The police are here. What?
Well, then the question should be,
oiling
he's
up
like,
little
which little
Wayne,
Wayne
yes.
are we talking about? Your son or your other little Wayne?
Right, yeah, no shit. I'm going to be busy for a
Exactly.
few minutes.
Because that other one's probably pretty supple. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, motherfucker. Hate is flowing through me.
I'm going to get you a shirt for Christmas this year. It's going to say Supple Wayne.
Oh, I'll wear the fuck out of it, dude. I will. I will wear. Make sure it's got an arrow pointing down.
Exactly. Like my wife wants me to make a shirt because we went up to Riot Fest in Chicago to go see the second Misfits reunion shirt.
Fuck you.
Oh, cool.
Oh, dude, it was fucking amazing.
I love you, but fuck you, man. I wanted to go to one of those shows so fucking bad, dude.
Well, actually, the one I wanted to go to was when they played Madison Square Garden.
Well, yeah,
They had
yeah.
Such a fucking awesome lineup at that show. That was like, that's a nice old school punk show, you know. But we went to the their second one in Chicago.
Yeah.
And everywhere we walked, Lemmy! And we're walking. Someone yells Lemmy, and my wife just spins around. He's not fucking Lemmy. Lemmy's fucking dead.
Yeah, for real.
And wait, you hear from the difference. Oh, bro. It's like they got the harsh reminder that Lemmy's dead. They're
Oh
just like,
man, you're right, bro. Fuck.
fuck.
I forgot.
Oh, man. So she wanted me to make a shirt for her that says on the back, on the back it says he's not Lemmy, and on the front he's not Lemmy, and on the back, and I'm not Lemmy's wife.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh. Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, but you know, it's what happens, dude. When you got that, you got that look, people are gonna fucking call you out on it, there, Ted.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, you've been around me on shows. Or
Oh,
something.
yeah,
They'll
dude.
come up. And
Wayne,
like,
Wayne was getting it on
dude, you look
Facebook
just
a
like
little bit ago.
Lemmy.
What the fuck?
Yeah, Wayne was getting Fred Durst.
Oh yeah,
on
that
one
was
picture.
hysterical. I had found a picture of me and my son at what was it, fucking Waffle House. It was his
Waffle
first.
House.
It was the first time he's ever been to Waffle House. Right? He was a little bitty kid. He's probably like one or two at the time. And I was wearing a MHOG hat, but the hat was red, and we only had like 10 of these or 5 of these red hats made. And I had one. I was wearing it backwards, and I kept getting people. I thought Fred Durst was with your baby. I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, boy, you know it. Me and Fred Durst are partners. He was babysitting for me.
That's funny.
He's a little short-handed on some work right now.
Right.
So,
And all he could afford was fucking Waffle House, so he took my kid to Waffle House.
Well, I mean, all he had was that CarMax commercial.
Yeah. $3 bill, y'all.
Lady turns into CarMax, and the Limp Bizkit CD was stuck inside.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that was funny.
It was like I was out with a friend once, and they were we were actually, true story. I picked up a friend of mine, Jack, and we were driving to go see the first Iron Man movie when it come out.
Nice.
And so we're at a stoplight, and this car pulls up next to us, and it's filled with like a bridal party, and they're like honking their horn and screaming. And I finally look over, and they're like, "Wow, fucking Bret Michaels." And so I'm sitting there, and my friend Jack is like, he's pissing himself. He's laughing so hard. And I look over and I said, yeah, because Bret Michaels would be out on a Wednesday night in New Orleans in a fucking junker of a Mustang. That's what Bret Michaels is up to.
That's what he does. That's about as far as he gets right now, you know?
Oh my God. It's just like, and this was like during when he was doing Rock of Love, so he wasn't hurting at that time.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, really? That's what Bret Michaels is up to on a Wednesday night.
I'll never forget the worst ID thing that ever happened. Not to me, but a friend of mine. I was sitting with him, and he was the guitarist in my band at the time. And these ladies come up to him and look at him, and they've been eyeballing him. Older women. They're looking at him, and we were in our 20s at the time. I was like, those ladies are really checking you out, dude. And he said, really? I said, yeah. I said, well, they finally get enough nerve after we were sitting at like an Applebee's, so it must have been happy hour, and they were drinking their pina coladas. And they finally come walking over and look at him and go, and he looks, I got to say, he looks nothing like this. But I let him know that he did because it was hysterical. He goes, you look just like Billy Joel.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, Billy Joel now? Or she's like, yeah. I was like, you're an old fat guy, dude.
You look like Darth Vader without his helmet.
Right. Oh, that's so flattering. Thank you.
Thank you.
So for like years after that, we just kept calling him Piano Man.
Oh, that's so good.
So bad.
Oh,
I
that's
introduced
so
him
good.
on stage as the Piano Man, Rick Olson, and it was hysterical.
I'd been like, thank you, Precious, and walked away.
Oh man.
Oh.
I think my worst one was I was at a bathroom, like at a bar or something like that, and so you're all standing at the urinals and shit like that.
Already
so I stroll in. What?
Already starting off bad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's
Some guys looking at you, dick goes, "Wow, you look just like Sammy Hagar."
Some guy at the urinal next to me, he's like drunk, and I'm talking like the really good drunk, where he's like swaying.
Oh, nice.
He's
Yeah, those are my favorite.
Oh yeah, it's nothing but fun for me can happen when a drunk who's swaying comes walking by.
I've been there many times. Anyway, go ahead.
So this guy, he's like standing next to me, and he's like looking at me. He's like looking at me, and then all of a sudden he turns and faces me. He's like, dude, you fucking Al Jurgensen. I'm pissing next to Al Jurgensen. Then I had to take a couple of steps back. I was just like, don't piss on Al Jurgensen. Dude, don't cross the streams. You know not to cross the streams.
Oh, my God.
That's hysterical.
You're fucking Al Jurgensen.
Speaking of crossing the streams, your opinion on the new Ghostbusters movie?
I like it. I think it's, I mean, we're talking about, like, say, The Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm.
And The Mandalorian has a lot of these elements. It's telling brand new stories, but it's got the same elements, looks, feels, homages, and the right amount doses that it makes us feel like, I feel like I'm watching Star Wars Episode 5 all over again.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's the kind of feel that I've got from the Ghostbusters movie. It made me feel like that it's got the same kind of vibe and same kind of feel. Now the whole thing with like, Egon's kid, I think that's a little hysterical. Yeah, that Egon got busy too. Thank you very much.
About time.
No, I was absolutely shocked because I didn't realize what trailer I was watching. I was just on YouTube and I hit upcoming trailers, and I was like, what is this? And I was like, who is this? And I'm like, Ecto. Oh my God, it's another Ghostbusters movie. I was like, wow, man, well, that's just really cool.
My favorite part of the whole thing is the fact that they're trying to make it where the lady Ghostbusters is not even part of the world. It's not canon.
Yeah, and it's like, Star Wars has a similar thing, and it's one of those things of that they learned the hard way,
right?
Because it costs money, and I'm sure it costs some people some jobs too, but it costs reputations, and that it's that that old they were going at a lot of things with and I want to say what's his name that was doing Rain was doing the Star Wars shit.
Oh,
he was basically saying, the old fan base, no, you got to build something for the new fan base, and that's a fatal. that's a fatal error, because in Wayne here is a prime example of it. You know, my brother-in-law, he's a prime example of it, and that is that old fan base passes it on to their generation.
Right.
Right. Absolutely.
You know, they're sitting down. This is like, I'm now going to show you Star Wars. Click. And so that the thing that excited us about those movies and stuff like that is also going to excite the kids. And so that fan base isn't going away anytime soon.
No, it's growing.
It's okay to build new things and stuff like that, but you can't blatantly ignore the old stuff and just think, oh, we're just gonna turn them all a different gender, turn them just different races or whatever. That's, people. I've said it a lot of times. Nerds they're smarter than you're giving them credit for. The movie audience in general is smarter than you give them credit for.
100%.
And it didn't fail because a lot of people didn't see it or whatever. It failed because you were being really kind of insulting to that audience.
Yeah, they were kind of they were basically saying, "Oh yeah, guys, fuck you guys. I'm going to do what I want. You're not going to get what you've been waiting for X amount of years. You're going to get this."
Yeah, and to me it goes deeper in terms of, I'm all about do what you want to do in terms of that. Like it's like Jaws. Jaws the movie was nothing like Jaws the book, and Jaws the book was nothing like the actual events that he based it off of. So I get that. That's cool. That's fine. But again, you still can't completely ignore that fan base, and you can't recycle it to them. They're not going to like recycled.
Right.
No.
And that's where you're saying, screw you, we're not going to give you what you want. Everybody is all open for new. We want to see something new. But if all you're doing is just what is obviously gimmicks, then no one wants to see that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm finding with one series I'm watching right now, which is just because it's Batgirl. I started watching the Batgirl. I thought it was great, but I remember the Batgirl comics that I grew up with, and this is so not the Batgirl I know.
Right.
So it's just kind of weird to me. I'm always weird with comics that way.
It's a lot of differences.
Yeah, it's an audience. It's challenging to write to multiple audiences.
It is.
So, and I think Favreau really kind of nails it in terms of he kept it very, very focused. At no time did you not know you were being told a totally different story.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But what made, like, say, episode 5 so enjoyable was that, there was a lot of, Kurosawa in it. And the nerds knew who Kurosawa was.
Right.
But the general populace didn't know what it was. So it's like one of those things of, those elements, the Magnificent Seven and stuff like that, they work because they're great story and great tropes. And you can put your own spin to them and everything like that and tell your own story. But, you can't basically just say, okay, we're changing the wrapper and going to tell you it's new candy and you're going to love this candy when you're like, this is the same old fucking candy. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's right, man. You're right. You're so right. Oh, well, he gets to go down in history as being one of the worst Star Wars directors of all time, so it's okay. I'm good. I'm good with that. But Ted, tell these fucking people where they can find your artwork and come see your stuff and look at your book and do all that good stuff.
Search my name online, and the first thing that comes up is my website. Apparently, there's still only one Ted Wally on the planet with 2 D's. And then you go down a couple of links down, and you'll get to the porn stuff.
Yeah, either one is good. I mean, it's all good.
Yeah, girl on guy, guy on guy, all the guys on Laddie.
Ted Willie is his porn name. Oh god!
But yeah, you just search my name, tedwally.com, and you can buy my books from there. You can read them for free on Webtoons. You can read them free on Tapas. And if you like them enough, buy one. And you can order commissions from me from my website. You can purchase original artwork from the books, the pages from the website.
Hell yeah.
Pretty much everything.
Go
Merch,
support
all that kind of good stuff.
Go support Ted. He's a fucking great dude. As you sat down and listened to us talk about a bunch of rambling craziness.
That's the way it goes.
Yeah, Ted, dude.
Yeah, I don't know I don't know. I know how the ride starts. I know how the ride ends. I don't know what happens in between the beginning and the end of the ride.
It's always fun, though.
It's always fucking fun, though. Exactly. So yeah.
All right, so we're gonna make.
It's always rambling.
We're gonna make plans,
Awesome,
Ted.
man.
We're gonna make plans. I'm gonna message you as soon as we get off of this thing, and I'm gonna book you again on the show. But we're gonna do it in April because that's the how far we are with booking people. So you're gonna be back in April. So everybody, listen up for Ted coming back, and we're gonna talk some more smack about Star Wars and other people.
And we need to get Martin Flanagan back on here.
Oh, we will. Mark Flanagan will be on this show. Actually, we should get him on with you.
Yes, definitely.
That would be a really good show.
That would be great. But Mart lost his power because he cut his hair.
He did.
So.
He did, and now he looks like he's from Depeche Mode.
I was gonna say he looks like a James Dean wash up.
No, someone had posted up a GIF of Morrissey.
Oh, that's even better. Yeah, there you go. That's it.
I was gonna post up. I was like, dude, I loved your work on music for the masses. But someone posted up this GIF of Morrissey singing. I was just like, I deleted my comment because I was just like, that's funnier than anything I
nailed it. Done. Well, anyway.
So yeah, that would be freaking, I think, awesome. And plus, just to catch up with him, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's great.
We'll definitely hook that up. I'll make sure it happens. Make sure it happens.
I'm all for that.
But
if his hair won't let him,
yeah. But anyway,
because I can totally see him not having his camera on because he's got his little shower cap on protecting his curls.
Right, he's got to fix he's got to do his little hair before that,
Yeah.
He's got his net on and stuff,
Yeah, but he's trying
he's
out
got his
for the
rollers
John
in.
Travolta roll in Grease, so
yeah, that's right.
He's got his hair rollers in, so he's got the curl going. I get it.
Yeah.
Being that pretty takes some maintenance.
Yeah, he is.
Tell me about it, Ted. Tell me about it.
Oh, you boys and your prettiness.
Oh my God.
Well, all right, guys. Again, thank you, Ted, for joining us on this show, man. We'd love to. Hey, like I said, we're gonna have you back soon.
Love it, missed it. And before we sign off or anything like that, I just want to, again, put it out. I've told you, Wayne, but just to put it out in the universe, I am so proud of you guys being booked all the way to April.
Oh, thank you, man.
And how far y'all gone, how many episodes y'all have gotten under the belt, and it just, I still listen to it when y'all post up. And it doesn't get stale. It's always still entertaining, but I'm so proud of you guys sticking with it and making it what it is now.
Thank you, dude.
Well,
we appreciate
it, so much,
man.
Dad. It means a lot.
Yeah, dude, it does.
I always respect the good work, man, and you guys put it all in, and Adam passed the torch, and y'all took it and ran with it, and y'all are just as much of a local institution here as anything. Y'all are a staple at all the shows. Y'all are staples at concerts, the indie shows and stuff. So, yeah, you guys have busted hump, and I'm proud of y'all.
Thanks, dude.
Man.
That means a fucking lot, dude. Really, it does. We appreciate it.
All right, don't get all sappy.
I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. Let me wait. Hold on. So, guys, again, thank y'all for joining us. I was your host, Wayne.
I got the vapors.
I'm the Rum Guy.
And this gentleman over
don't
here.
Get all fried green tomatoes on me.
And thank you again, Mr. Ted.
On me.
And remember, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to keep it metal!
Hey, this is Skylar Stone, actor, comedian, and rim job giver after 13 rums or more. Listen, when I'm not giving rim jobs because I drank too much rum, I listen to the MHOG podcast. Some say MHOG, I say MHOG. Why? Because look at that hog.
Go ahead and run. Run home and cry to mama.
Get the fuck out.
Okay then. That's it.